was waving.
Yeah.
Have y'all met before? I didn't know if y'all met.
We met backstage.
Just met. We're bringing people together like Jesus. Okay. Well, congrats on Law and Order.
Thank you
It's
very
like
much.
such a big show.
Thank you, yeah.
It's such a huge franchise. Were you nervous kind of coming into it?
I was, actually. I don't usually get nervous, but there was something about this, I think, because
It's such a pop culture like staple.
it is.
Yeah.
And I came up on the show like so many people.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I first moved here right after college and was, you know, trying to make my way, getting a gig on Law and Order, even if you were the dead body.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I feel like there's so many people that you see, like huge actors too, that you see and you're just like, oh man, everybody's been on Law and Order.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And it never happened to me. I never got it.
Not now, sir.
Not
today.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah. So you shoot outside in New York, and I know that because y'all often shoot near where I live.
I apologize.
Yeah.
about
No,
that.
but it's funny because I'm always like, what's happening? Like when I'm walking home, and I forget. Like obviously people shoot all the time here.
Yeah.
How hard is that shooting in a city that's this like busy?
It's challenging. It's challenging. I will say this: New York
Sirens,
City.
people.
There's always something. I mean, we've had everything from, you know, like last year, like the eclipse, and everything just came to a standstill because people were watching the eclipse and we're trying to move trucks. I mean, I think there's times where I don't know what was going on, but like a herd of goats came through our set and we were trying to move stuff.
It is literally that city.
It's insane. But by and large, this city embraces the show and is such a massive fan of the show. We get so much love wherever we go.
Do they interrupt when you're like
all
doing
the time?
That's amazing.
All the time, in the best possible way.
Yeah.
But we've had people walk up. You know, we'll be on the street shooting a scene, and we'll have people just walk right up to us in the middle of the scene and say, "I'm sorry, I know you're shooting, but I got to get this picture."
Yeah. I know you're working, but I got to get this. And I hate when it's always like, oh, I don't mean to be rude. And I'm like, but I guess you don't mind.
You wouldn't walk into the kitchen at a restaurant. Right?
You're like, but I guess kind of you're into it. No, they say something on set. Is it hold for New York? Is that
We
what
say it
y'all
all the
say?
time. Holding for New York. Holding for New York. It's a siren. It's somebody screaming.
Yeah.
It's, you know, a garbage truck that won't move. There's always something very New York happening that you have to take it in stride and just kind of move around it, but it's what makes it really fun.
Yeah, well, like, it's your first time directing. Did you have any things just go awry? Like something, anybody interrupt or anything go wrong while you're directing?
Oh my God, like entire days and nights. But we filmed on water, so we filmed on a sequence on a boat, which people warned me for 5 years not to do, and that's because you're competing with nature.
Yeah. And you're not gonna win.
Yeah, you're just at the mercy of it.
Yeah.
Less people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no people to contend with, but actually there's a jacket in the film that I kept. One of the characters wears this like sparkly football jacket because we did a whole sequence in a stadium, and it's like everything that could go wrong went wrong. The trucks arrived late. There was like wind blowing through the bleachers that made a whistling noise over everything. Just one thing after another. I ended up cutting 2 pages of dialogue because we needed to speed up the night, but I survived and I kept the jacket.
So basically the lesson here is you cannot be a director unless you know how to pivot.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, that seems like a person that cannot get stuck on something. Well, we didn't talk about Veep last time, so we have to. Were people ever offended in like DC? Like politicians, like how do people receive it in that circle? Like
Oddly well.
Yeah?
Oddly well. Yeah, there was...
So just a bunch of narcissists.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. No, we did a lot of research for Veep, and we had a lot of amazing access because a lot of our producers were sort of movers and shakers in DC. So we were invited to senators' offices, congressmen and women would have us into their office, and they would just divulge. And we would take their staffers out and get them drunk.
Amen. Okay.
And just like give us all your secrets. And they were telling us stuff that they definitely should not have been telling us.
Love.
But we could tell sort of, oh, wow, they really like the show, so they want to be part of it.
Yeah.
And probably around season 3 or maybe 4, we got invited to the press correspondents dinner, which was incredible. And we got to meet a lot of our sort of like DC counterparts. And the thing that struck us was you would talk to someone who was clearly from one side of the aisle, and they'd be like, oh man, I love what you guys are doing to the Democrats on this show. And they'd be like, oh, cool. And then you'd meet someone from the other side of the aisle and be like, oh, but like how you guys are parodying the Republicans is just fantastic. And
narcissism run amok. Yeah.
And it's because we never really took a side. Like it's there if you look for it.
Yeah.
But it was pretty neutral, and we were just sort of like sending up everybody.
Yeah.
But they both
Which
thought...
is the beauty of it.
Which was great.
Yeah.
They thought we were making fun of the other side, which is...
I just
so
love
fun.
that you from one side of the room was like, right, and then you're on the other side of the room. I know, like it's.
You got it.
That's amazing. All right, before we go, what can we expect on Law and Order? What's happening?
It's fun. I feel like I dropped in at just the right time because the show is having a bit of a renaissance. We're doing something different in that everyone knows the show and they love the format. And you've got your detectives, you know, your badass, you know, very charismatic and handsome and charming detectives running around the city. And then you have your lawyers. But what we're doing this season is we're digging a little deeper on the character. So you're learning more backstory about our characters and how each case might affect them in a way that we just haven't seen in seasons past. We're bringing in, you know, family members, and it's had this really amazing effect in that, and this is the feedback that we've gotten from the audience, is it's making them care about the cases in a way that they haven't before. They feel more invested.
Level of empathy,
Yeah, and it's great because then that opens us up to, well, what kind of cases can we explore that's gonna, you know, help tie into our characters and our characters' backstory. And it just feels like a whole new show. Our writers are really just killing it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, congratulations
Thank you
on all
very
the
much.
success. Yeah, let's take a quick break. You can see Law and Order Thursday nights on NBC and stream.